Interception, pick six, and you're talking when you played Nebraska the first time you got an interception for a pick six. What's up with that? You're defensive end for crying out loud.
Maybe first time up, I get a base hit. Relax. Second time up, nice and slow, caught it up front. Now Ben Revere 2 for 2. And I don't think you shut down the running game right here, just because you're down 4
Look at this. Out froze.
Revere's already stolen number 8, the Nationals' 42nd of the year.
They're not even froze on the same one.
You probably sometimes you have Brandon Harold at one defensive end, or I think Vincent Taylor actually played some D end on. He's a safety for crying out loud. So maybe talk about that on third downs. You guys really bring some athleticism on third down.
Well, we hit him with a switch up, so like the whole time you have me at the end, and then I go inside and play the nose. I'm a smaller guy than Turner, but I'm a little shifty and a little faster, and it's harder for a nose to pick me up and block me. So that's why we do it. Before I came to Montana, I was in Sioux Falls, and that's why I started off at nose. But then Coach Dixon seen something else and said, hey, I want you to play the end. So I've been playing the end, and then I go back and forth and play the nose as well.
And that really was worked out well. Really, the last month, you guys have really started to play well on the defensive line. I think back to when we played at Spokane the last time, lost by 10, but it was really a game that I felt when we left that we should have won that game. You had a tackle, I think, on Trevor Kennedy. Actually broke his leg. Was that? But not to put that on you, but you played very well that night too. Their running game wasn't working very well at all, and it was due because of the defensive line.
We dialed in and watched the film, and did our assignments of what we're supposed to do. One of our D-line coach, actually dumbed it down enough to us so we can understand certain plays, because some of us know it and some of us don't.
Yeah.
So you got to explain it different ways to different people. And once he did that, everybody knew what was going on. Then our assignments became a lot better.
And that's a big difference, isn't it? Because now you can just play and you don't have to sit there and think.
Exactly.
You can just react and catch interceptions and run them back for touchdowns. So I was going to talk about your stat line. You had 4 tackles, 1 interception, and 1.5 tackles for loss against Spokane. But I want to go back to April 2nd against Nebraska. You had 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 interceptions in that game. One of them a pick 6. So do you have Nebraska's number? I'm hoping so.
Hey.
Just one of those games, wasn't it, that everything was clicking for you?
One of those games, and I read the quarterback's eyes, but one of them was on a fake field goal, though.
Oh.
So he tried to get everybody to shift one way. Then I found the kicker, and I was like, you know what? He's going to try to throw it back, so let me just get on top of him. And when he threw it, I caught it and just go.
Oh, smart play. All right, so let's talk about the playoffs here a little bit. Mindset's got to change for the players and the coaches as well going into this. Now it's one and done. So kind of talk about what's the leaders on the team. What is everybody saying about this playoff game now?
Well, we haven't really said much as of we just played the game Saturday, so we're off right now. We're not looking forward, but we are. But we're gonna get together sometime this week and go over our assignments and what we have to do and watch film and get everything down pat, because we do know it's do or die.
That's
and we
right.
ain't trying to go home.
And how much advantage is it knowing that you've got a guy here that's won many United Bowls and was the MVP of United Bowls and knows how to win in the playoffs? How much does that carry over in the locker room for you guys to be able to listen to a guy that's been there and done that?
It helps out a lot, especially when we're at practice, because he gets in and throws the ball around with us. You know what I'm saying? We would not see a quarterback like him to get out there and make passes that some of our DBs can't get, because it is Chris Dixon, and he knows the proper placement when the receiver cuts and all that. So when we do get a stop, then we know, okay, hey, we're really doing our job, because Chris Dixon is a great coach, and he was a great quarterback as well.
That's right. Well, good luck in playoffs July 9th at Rimrock Out Arena at home. Hopefully we'll get that place packed for you guys and be extra loud.
Yes,
and good luck, and have yourself another great game. Another pick 6 would be great.
All right.
All right. That's B.J. Butler, defensive end for the Billings Wolves. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back, and we'll talk maybe to Marcavius Jackson if he shows up. If not, we'll talk to head coach Chris Dixon. You're listening to the Mighty 790 KGHL. Back in 1 minute.
Montana's premium water, Big Spring Water. Introducing Big Spring Coffee Traders. You can now have Big Spring Water plus Big Spring Coffee delivered to your office or workshop. Big Spring Coffee Traders delivers fresh, locally roasted coffee direct to you. These easy-to-use, pre-measured coffee packets create a consistent pot of great-tasting coffee every time. Big Spring Water and Big Spring Coffee Traders, the pride of Montana, the envy of the West.
Extend the life of your rural road with Lindsay Construction. They're family-owned and operated for 4 generations with over 14 years experience paving country roads. They'll give you a free quote, come anytime and pave any place and save you money. Chip sealing, asphalt lay, patching, or just a seal. They'll get your road in tip-top shape. Call Lindsay Construction, 217-8975 for your free estimate today. If you need it done tomorrow, they'll start it tomorrow. Their crews are ready to roll at Lindsay Construction. Back to the Billings Wolves football on the Mighty 790 KGHL.
Welcome back to Bones Arcade and Eatery. Waiting on Marcavius Jackson. He's heading on down. We're going to get Coach Dixon over here, and we'll just talk about the IFL playoffs coming up. And threw me for a loop.
Well, let me just put this out there. Marquavius has complained for the last 2 years that I have not put him on my coach's show. Okay, so
and now he's dropped
I give him
the
a
ball.
chance to get on my coaching show because I said you have to do something to get on the coaching show, and so we gave him a chance. He did. He had 2 sacks, and I told him, you do something in the game, we'll put you on.
Well, we'll just flip-flop the script here. We'll just go ahead and talk about that playoff game. Nebraska. Maybe tell our listeners, what do you know about Nebraska? I think I was talking to you. They've been through, I think, 9 different quarterbacks this year.
Everybody put up a question mark on Nebraska's fan page for me and says, who is your quarterback? Because we don't know.
Yeah.
Because I thought Winkett would be the one who start the last game of the season, but he didn't. So they came out with Bernard, which is a different style.
Yeah.
I think if Bernard start, you'll see 2 of the most running quarterbacks in the league in that first round playoff game. Because Corey runs, Bernard runs. But, they're loaded. McCombs is back. Yeah, he missed a few games. But
and he's a running back.
Right.
I think he's 3rd in the IFL in rushing.
So they got Dello Davis, a new receiver. He led the CPIFL in yards this year.
Really?
So, and that's where we got our left tackle, Chuck Stevens from.
Yeah.
So they got him, and then they add, OJ. OJ is a veteran who's been there for a while and been through a lot. So he gets the game, and so
I had to double check that his name's actually O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
It's not the one that's in jail right now. It's a different guy.
Really O.J. And we always just talk about it, and they call him Juice too.
Yeah.
They call him Juice.
Well, he's second in the IFL in receiving, so he's a very good wide receiver too.
Oh no. He's been around the block for many years, and he just been there, and he understands what to do. And I played against him a few times, and when he was in Omaha, and it's so funny when I first met OJ, he was in Sioux City, and he was talking a lot of crap to me, and after the game when we beat him so big, he kind of went silent. So OJ is gonna be a character. If you think D. Wash is a character, OJ is just
we got another
bad.
one coming, huh?
Oh, another one coming.
There must be something. Oh, Mom's here. Yeah, those 2 guys are the big ones, and the defense allowed only, I think Tri-Cities only had 135 total yards on them, so their defense must be pretty stout.
Well, you got to remember, Tri-City came in with that second quarterback we played against, number 10.
Right.
Never played before, came off the baseball field.
Mm-hmm.
But, the last game of the season, you can't think about it. Nebraska's coming in here with a mission where we have a mission. It's all about who's going to put that mission to work.
Exactly. Now, there's a question I wanted to ask you. I've been thinking about this all season long. Now that you've gotten the Wolves into the playoffs, Marcavius is here. Good to see you. And now that you finally got him in the playoffs, everybody knows your player record. I mean, you were many playoff games. United Bowl MVP. How many championships did you win? 6. Mm-hmm. So now as a coach, what are you going to carry over from there? What's the message you're going to pass on to your guys who might not have ever been in a playoff game?
Satisfaction. Don't ever be satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why we won so many as a team is because our ultimate goal was never to get in the playoffs. We were one of those teams who already knew we were going to be in the playoffs. We never was satisfied with that.
Yeah.
You know, it was always championship or bust with us. You know, we never thought if you came up short, it was a failure.
Yeah.
The whole year was for nothing.
And that was with Billings
and
Sioux
Sioux
Falls.
Falls. Yeah. You know, with the 2 years we lost to Sioux Falls in the semifinal games, it felt like nothing was accomplished. I won the MVP in 08, and I don't even remember having the award in my house right now.
Really?
I don't even have the plaque. I don't have anything of it.
Because you didn't finish the journey.
I didn't care. I threw it away.
Yep.
Honestly, I did. And I know the most would be like, well, you know, why? Because my goal wasn't about the individual awards. It's about carrying out the awards that we did as a team. You know, and that's the thing this team need to understand is that, you know, as a organization, we're moving in the right direction.
Definitely.
But as a man right now, your ultimate goal should not be just to where you are right now. It should be to where you want to go. And if we want to get to the United Bowl, we need to understand that now is the time for the discipline, for the understanding, you know, making sure you're game ready, making sure you're focused. Those who make the mistakes in the playoffs are going to be those who are going home.
That's right.
That's
and the penalties, turnovers, all that
the
stuff.
mistakes.
Yep.
And I mean, you've been around me, and you know how I harp things during the games and all that. A lot of people look at me and be like, "Oh, Coach Dixon is so antic. He gets so upset." I don't prepare them for the regular season.
Right.
I don't. I mean, I got on BJ at halftime. I don't prepare them for the regular season. I'm preparing you for the playoffs to understand that these things will get us killed.
That's right. I think there was a penalty right at the end of the half. You probably almost lost your mind on. We got the interception, got into field goal range, and then had a celebration penalty that got us out of field goal range, and
Exactly.
you had to kneel on
and
it.
We
that was 3 points.
And we
at
could have
least.
went up 10 right there.
Exactly.
You know, and those things is what our team needs to understand is that this isn't the time. We have to grow up, and we have to understand that you're not getting prepared for the right now.
Yeah.
I'm preparing you for the long haul. You want to win in the playoffs, it's going to be the team that makes the less mistakes. We watched Sioux Falls the first game of the season. How many mistakes did they make?
Not very many. And they still don't.
And they capitalized on every mistake we made.
Exactly.
Okay? That's how they win. They've been in close games all year long. Iowa went into overtime with them.
Yep.
Who made the mistake in overtime?
Yeah, Iowa did. So you're absolutely right.
But you can't make the mistakes.
Yep.
And that's what it is. You know, not being satisfied and not making mistakes. Because you can't. They're very valuable. Yeah, most people would say, oh, you know, just keep playing through the mistakes. Yeah, I'm going to tell them that. But right now is the time for me to harp that you can't make mistakes. If you want to be a champion, champions don't make mistakes.
That's right.
They do.
Especially the mental mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. They do what the plan tell them to do.
That's right.
That's why you know, most of our teams, they won because we did not make the mistakes.
Well, good luck on July 9th. It's going to be fun to watch because you guys are playing good football right now, especially defensively.
Right.
And we all know defense wins championships.
Well, like I said,
I'm sure I was going to ask you how vanilla you were going to be on Saturday night, and I think you have some cards in your pocket. You're ready to start playing now in the playoffs.
I wanted to see a few things from Spokane. You know, I know they're gonna do the same.
Yep.
I mean, that's how you do it. But I didn't want to give Nebraska too much.
That's right.
I didn't. And we have some things that we've been working on all year that I haven't even had a chance to run.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited to see.
Now you got them in your back
pocket.
pocket.
Yeah, I got a whole thing.
All right. Well, good luck. July 9th. Let's sell out the Rimrock Auto Arena and watch you guys at home for the first time ever as a franchise.
Oh, appreciate it.
All right. Good luck.
Here you go.
All right, that's head coach Chris Dixon. We'll take a 1-minute timeout here on the Mighty 790 KGHL, and then we'll have Marcavius Jackson, who showed up, and talk to him about the game on Saturday and the playoff game coming up. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Conomart Superstores, locally owned and operated for over 25 years. Stop in today for a 16-ounce six-pack of Busch & Busch Light for only $5.49. Twisted Tea six-pack bottles are $6.99. Or quench your thirst for the 16-ounce Monster Energy 2 for $4. And don't forget to stay hydrated with Aquafina 1-liter bottles at only 99 cents. You can stock up for those hot summer days. While you're there, check out the Kickback Rewards program. It's always Conomart clean inside and out at your 7 convenient Conomart Superstores. There's one right near you in Billings, Laurel, and Joliet.
Now is the time to start making memories of a lifetime with your family and friends. Hi, I'm Doug from Metro RV, home of the RV Giant. Whether you are a young family just starting out, someone involved in motorsports, a family involved in equestrian, or a full-time RVer, let Metro RV show you it's about you and only you. Starting with one of our friendly sales staff finding the perfect RV to fit you and your family's needs. Metro RV, exit 452, towards town, then turn left up the hill.
You're listening to Billings Wolves football on the mighty 790 KGHL.
Wolves. Dowdell. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Doesn't see him, and now he goes down. Marcavius Jackson sacks him back to the 25-yard line. A loss of 12 yards.
That was one of 2 sacks for the guy they call Quay there in the locker room, Marcavius Jackson. Thanks for joining us on the Coaches Show, man. You had to work tonight, huh?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's something a lot of these people in Billings don't know is you guys are holding down full-time jobs and playing football.
Yeah.
All right, so you against Spokane, I was looking at your stat line, 4 tackles, 2 sacks, and 3 tackles for loss. It's a great night.
Yes, it was. I had fun playing this game.
We were talking with B.J. Butler, your running mate there on the defensive line in the first segment before you got here, and we were talking about how well you guys as a unit right now are playing. Maybe kind of talk about that dynamic and the guys you're playing with up front.
Well, outside of this, we hang out. We're pretty much friends. We've built a close bond, so we trust each other on the field and know that we're going to make the play. So when our chance comes, we just take full advantage of it.
Yeah, and it seems like offenses now have their hands full with you guys up front, because if they want to focus on one of you, there's Chris Martin on the other side. There's Chris Turner in the middle who made some plays on Saturday night, and he's got to be 106 years old now, isn't he? But you guys have a good defensive line rotation right now.
Yep.
So kind of talk about that, how fun that is to play with other guys that are drawing attention away from you.
Well, it's fun because, even when you're tired, you have someone that can come in and you don't miss a step. They come in, fill right in, and make plays like they're supposed to. And all of us, we have speed, power, quickness, and we know the game well, so it's easy for us to go out there and make plays and have fun.
Now, I got to criticize you a little bit because BJ got a pick 6. Chris Martin got an interception. You're a defensive end, too. Yeah, I haven't seen any interceptions yet. You got a couple sacks.
See, they don't let me drop back. They send me on pressure. They get to drop back and have fun.
And you get the sacks.
My pressure leads them to throw it bad, and they get the interceptions, even though BJ probably didn't give me any credit.
Yeah, see, you could say you rushed the throw.
Yeah.
That's right, okay. So now you've been kind of in and out of the lineup throughout the season this year, and you're really starting to play well with this unit at the end here. You didn't get to play against Nebraska the first time, but maybe talk about what do you know about them when they're going to come in here July 9th?
Well, when I first came into the IFL last year, I started off with Nebraska, so I know the coach as well, and I know kind of how they like the game plan and some of the things that they like to do, and I just know that they like to throw little quick passes, and with our DBs playing as well as they've been playing, and our D-line coming will cause a lot of pressure and a lot of missed throws, and maybe we can, maybe I can get me a pick.
Yeah, you're up, you're due. That kind of helps, though, having someone that played with Nebraska. And Jeff Scott, our running back right now, just came from Nebraska a couple of weeks ago. So does that help out quite a bit?
Yes, it does. And we have about 2 more players that came from Nebraska, too, so we kind of have a little vintage with them.